My name is Cassandra LeBlanc. Probably around 2012, I met a man, and it got really serious really quick. And from the start, we fell in love. Everything seemed picture perfect, house, car. I would do anything for him. I just wanted the relationship to work because I came from a past where, my dad wasn't around, so I was always seeking for love and for attention. But I just found it in the wrong person. So for about 10 years, I dealt with physical, mental, emotional abuse. Forgive me if I get emotional, but it was the longest 10 years of my life, and I just wanted to make it work so badly that in 2019, I ended up having my daughter, who is here at New Life with me today. And so as she grew up, she saw things that no child should see. I can remember laying on the ground crying, and I remember her blue eyes just looking at mommy, and she would just look at me like, "Mommy, like, why are you crying?" She was nonverbal at this time. She couldn't speak, but she would look at me in such confusion as to why I couldn't get up and hold her or hug her. And it was because I was so hurt. He had just physically abused me over, I don't even remember what, but it got so bad to the point where my life was almost taken. He had his hands around my neck to the point where I couldn't breathe while my daughter was sleeping in the very next room. And I remember laying right there on the ground after physically being picked up and thrown down, that I just remember, like, in my head crying out to God, like, "God, please, like, I can't have my life taken right now because my daughter would be motherless." And so it seemed like forever, but he eventually took his hands off my neck and I was able to breathe again. I've been so beat down for so many years that I didn't know if I could even make it on my own. But on February 7th of 2022, me and my daughter entered these doors of New Life Home. My brother brought us here because I knew I needed a new start. I couldn't live in my past anymore. I needed to do it if I wasn't gonna do it for myself, I needed to do it for her. I can remember when I got that day when the doctor told me that she was diagnosed with autism and that she may never speak. I remember getting on my knees and just crying out to God, like, "God, you have to do something," but because God is so good, my daughter was in 3 different types of therapy within 3 to 6 months. Today, like, she's saying full-on sentences, she's speaking, she's not in fear anymore. And that was the whole point of this program, was getting my life together, having a relationship with God, just being able to be like that person in my daughter's life that she can look up to.